Well, hello there everyone. Dark Souls has been really captivating and you guys' input has also helped me immensely. And I have slayed Quelaag, Iron Golem and the Ornstein Smough duo so far. You may think, okay, how did a noob like Rio survive all those bosses? Well, what can I say? I become a pro at any game I play. Yeah, that wasn't true at all. Oh, by the way, I'm very close to hitting 100 subscribers, so smash the subscribe button before we get into the video. As I said before, Blighttown is a nightmare and Qualaag is the epitome of that nightmare. All the bosses I faced so far had barely 2 attacks, but this bitch can do AoE damage, blow up like a bomb, and shoot fire out of her ass. And not to mention the lava that she spits and her sword attacks. I even got poisoned every single time on my way to the boss fight, but thankfully I explored Blighttown beforehand, and turns out along the way I got some poison resistant gears. Now, I didn't have any strong weapon to compete against her, so I had to be very clever and cautious about this fight. So I came up with this plan to hit her once or probably twice and move away, and I did that for almost 5 minutes, and that is quite possibly the longest boss fight I have had in this game. And near the end I almost messed it up, but thankfully I had enough Estus flask to fill my health, and I finally defeated her with my lengthy but effective tactic.
Know your fucking place, trash.
I know it's not the best tactic in the world, but if it works, it works. Then I rang the second bell and opened the door of Sense Fort. I thought Blighttown was a nightmare, but Sense Fort was a whole different ball game. There was this snake-headed men who were out to scare me to death, and I don't even want to begin to talk about the traps. They were pushing me to death left and right. I even got chewed to death by a chest with teeth. Can you believe it? But this rolling stone ball was the worst, because I am convinced it hates me. I got hit by just standing there. I thought I would be stuck here forever, but I finally got to the first bonfire and I never want to go back there. Like, what are they even protecting? Are they even getting paid? Anyway, as soon as I got to the top of the fort, this one giant kept throwing cannonballs at me, but it was nothing compared to what I faced earlier. Now, fighting Iron Golem wasn't very tough, but it wasn't very easy either. I just had to make sure that the cannonballs on the top of the tower was destroyed so that I could only focus on Iron Golem instead of worrying about getting my ass blasted by them. But it turns out his attacks are quite predictable, so I defeated him after a couple of tries. After defeating Iron Golem, a couple of Egyptian cats with wings and visible brain wrinkles flew me to a Norlondo, and the level design here is quite comparable to Leyndell in Elden Ring. FromSoft team really were ahead of their time. Now this dude with a sun emblem on his chest tried to pull some cheesy lines.
You really are fond of chatting, if I didn't know better. Oh no, dear me.
But hey, in a land where I can barely take a step without dying, that was the nicest thing I have heard so far. Now, the Ornstein Smough duo reminded me of the Godskin duo, but at least this fight was inside a huge hall instead of a pigeon coop. And I used Crystal Halberd for this fight because this was a 2v1 and this weapon has very overpowered base stats. But unfortunately, it is very fragile, so I'm only gonna use it during crucial boss fights. Anyway, I tried to take down Ornstein first because he could basically fly around and I didn't want to face Super Ornstein in the second phase. I tried to get at least 2 hits every time he got near me. I got greedy a couple of times and paid the price for it, but except that, I always made sure I had enough space between me and them so that I could heal before attacking them again. After I took down Ornstein, Smough got crazy and turned into Super Smough, and since he was alone this time, I didn't have to worry about getting double teamed anymore. I almost did get flattened by his huge body, but I survived and I finally took him out. And after that, I met this very beautiful and respectable lady.
That's what she said.
Who gave me the ability to fast travel from bonfire to bonfire. Anyway, I went back to Firelink Shrine and this goat-faced dude took me underground and said I have to defeat a couple of bosses to gain access through this door, and some new locations were unlocked. Fortunately enough, I found my way into Duke's archives, but I don't know how to get to the rest of the locations. Perhaps you guys could help me with that. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel to watch me as I progress further in this game. Watch the previous video by clicking the video on your screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one.